All right. Now, speaking of Don Young, before we go on to the United Kingdom withdrawing from Iraq, which, of course, we're going to get to a little bit later in the show, Washington Post has an interesting update on the Don Young story. This is the congressman we just told you about from Alaska who said that, that Lincoln said that people who undermine the morale of the troops during wartime should be hanged. And that was, of course, a fake quote. When confronted with the fact that the quote was fake, the spokeswoman for Don Young, Meredith Kenney, said, now that he's been informed, this is a quote, this is a real quote, not a fake quote. Now that he's been informed that these are not the actual words of Lincoln, he will discontinue attributing the words to Lincoln. However, he continues to totally agree with the message of the statement. So, understand what she's saying there. A, I'm not apologizing. B, I'm not retracting anything. C, okay, fine. Now that I know it's a fake quote, I won't use it anymore. Okay? But D, I agree with the sentiment. Now, let me read you the quote again, because I really find this shocking. Congressman, this is a made-up quote about that theoretically Lincoln said, but he never did. But what Don Young says he absolutely agrees with. Congressmen who willfully take action during wartime that damage morale and undermine the military are saboteurs and should be arrested, exiled, or hanged. He's talking about U.S. congressmen, hanging U.S. congressmen. Look, here's my problem with the Democrats. They don't know a thing about politics. Because if a Democrat had said this, the Republicans would have ripped them apart. They would have made it national headlines, international headlines about it, until the guy tearfully apologized, and every other Democrat had said, we don't want anything to do with that guy. That guy's a radical. That guy's crazy. He's loony. Why can't the Democrats realize what game is being played on them and play a little hardball back? I mean, this is an outrageous quote. They should rip this guy apart politically. And what have they done on it? Absolutely nothing.
That's true. And Cenk, the other thing about this quote, I mean, I think you touched on it in the last segment, is not the outrage over the fact that it was fabricated. And the writer, Michael Waller, of the Washington Times, says that it was misquoted, that a copy editor put quotes around it when he didn't mean for quotes to go around
Sure, it was a copy editor.
But what you said before is so true. Forget that. It doesn't matter. The point is that Don Young, whether it was a real quote or not, repeated it on the floor of the House of Representatives so as to suggest that it was that we should hang our congressman. I mean, that is what's so unbelievable here. We're getting lost in the argument here. The argument is not, that it was fabricated. That's great, but I mean, come on. He said it.